Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bold Explorer, out on another stroll in my quest for England, continuing, joined by the lovely Julia. Hello, lovely Julia.
Hello, lovely Richard.
We also have with us today, down here, hello, it's lovely Joseph. Hello, lovely Joseph. Yeah, all very excited. And by request, actually, I was doing a video around the downs at Woodingdean, and I was enjoying a stroll out there, and one of my viewers said, you must go and visit Whitehawk Hill because there's a nature reserve, and it's an ancient part of Brighton, really, and there's the racetrack. So that's what we're doing today.
Yes, today.
I've not been here before. No. So this is actually quite interesting because you've got this area which looks like a very wide valley, in which on the the west side of the valley you've got the edge of Brighton and the racecourse, and then on the east side you're sort of coming up towards Woodingdean, where I was before, and you've got the Whitehawk Valley, which half of it is filled with houses in the bottom, which you don't see so much of from where we are, and then you've got the sort of bit of open scrubland. But I understand that there's a risk of further housing development.
Yeah, there's planning, there's developments planned or something. They're trying to agree on areas, and part of that...
Hey, Bold Explorer.
Yeah, hello. How are you? All right? Nice to see you. What are you... Doing a walk and doing some filming.
All right, for Saturday.
So do you know much about the Whitehawk area?
Well, yeah, I live over by the race hill.
Oh right. Oh okay. And it's over that end where the neolithic camp is, isn't it?
Yeah. So carry on this path.
Yeah.
Across the road when you get to the end. Keep going all the way round, and where that grandstand is sort of down in front of there.
Brilliant. We'll go and investigate.
All right, nice.
Fantastic.
One.
Nice to meet you.
Later.
Take care.
Right.
So that just goes to prove you can't go out anywhere without being spotted.
No, you can't.
Anyway, so what we're doing at the moment, we're walking around the edge of the racecourse, which is to our right, as you can see there, by the archetypal white rails that they put around that defines the area. And interestingly, the racecourse I think started in the 18th century with the landed gentry, and I think George the Fourth, but when he was still the Prince of Wales, coming around and just getting up on this part of the downs and running horse riding basically around the valley, and it then later on turned into an official thing, which it is now. Unfortunately, in the process of putting that in, it actually obliterated the neolithic hill fort that was there. There's actually quite a lot of lovely heathland all around us here, and wild grasses, which to a developer might look like prime ground to build houses on, and yet it's obviously a haven for wildlife.
Apart from the people, you can hear the insects and the animals.
Yes.
There was something we couldn't even identify earlier.
No, we were
assuming it's a ground nesting bird, but
absolutely, it was just this sort of almost like a reptilian sort of croaking sound.
Yeah, it was almost a frog-like noise,
but clearly not a frog. So we're coming up to a point here where we're going to have to cross, I think, a road which goes across the race course, which is a bit weird in its own way. And you were telling me just now, Julia, that the plans afoot for more development on this area.
Yes, I mean there's a riding stables just the other side of the racetrack and the road there.
Yes.
And a strip of land for grazing. I'm not sure about the strip of land, but definitely the section up there where the stables actually are.
So will they not need this?
Yeah, they will. I mean, where will these horses live?
They have to restable the horses then somewhere.
But that's one of the threatened development sites. And there's another section over there, which is there's not as much there. It looked, cause I couldn't look at it into much great detail, but it looked like an old terrace from the farm workers.
Oh right, okay.
And a little patch of land around it. But the third one was actually a section of the actual nature reserve right next to the the part of the village that's in the valley.
Oh, yeah, just below the racecourse
Yeah,
headquarters, the grandstand.
Yes,
That's the we're
towards
trying
there,
to
yeah.
find the words for. Well, maybe we can get to look at that. We've still got about half a mile or so to walk yet. Are you okay pushing?
I'm good.
Good girl. I am holding the camera and the microphone, so obviously it's very important work. Standing now, looking down on the estate, close to the racecourse grandstand, and you can just see the infill of housing that's gone on over time. I don't know from what period all of this was and when it came about, but presumably over a number of years, to the flats behind me there, and it would be a shame to see any more building on this. I mean, personally, I'm against building into the downs at all, but what's been done's been done, and people have made their lives here, so you can't criticise that now. No. It's a bit late, but we're going to go up to the grandstand and let's just see if we can find the Neolithic camp. But I have to say, I mean, if you live here with all this wonderful countryside around you and the wildlife, I think that's brilliant. And we saw sheep right at the beginning, didn't we?
Oh yes, yeah.
So that was encouraging. I mean, this is, if you live in okay, they're modern houses. I wouldn't want to live in a modern house personally, but people do, and you've got the sea very close to you. I mean, it's an idyllic place to be.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of nature here. It would be a real shame if they did take another snippet of the nature reserve away.
Yes. Oh gosh. Yeah.
Even just for a snippet, just the noise and the destruction alone.
Well, you take one snippet, you're going to take another snippet, and
then another,
and over 50 years you'll continue. I mean, they should just not build any more. There's quite enough building, and all those people need the sense of wildlife around them.
And there's so many derelict buildings and brown sites in and within towns and things. It is.
So, are you all right pushing for a bit more?
Of course.
When I'm not filming, I am actually pushing the pushchair. So it's just, I don't want you to think that it's all over to Julia to do the hard work.
Don't worry, people. He is a gentleman.
The grandstand is behind us. We can't actually get onto it or anything like that because obviously it's private, unless there's a race meet going on, which there isn't at the moment. So we managed to get there. What do you think, little Joseph? He's naturally shy, aren't you? And where we are now, the Whitehawk Camp and Causeway enclosure, unfortunately, as I mentioned before, the race track sort of obliterates it, but you can just make out the archaeology of the earthworks, the concentric rings or causeways as they're called around the camp, which is the top of the camp is where the transmitter is standing, which is just in front of us. And you can walk over it. We're going to try and get over there, shall we? And then look back over the whole area, and that will be our video, really.
Yeah.
Across the road, and we're now effectively where the Neolithic camp was. You can't really, once you're here, see the concentric rings or much of the earth movements, and I don't know whether any of this has ever been farmed in the past or whether just the passage of time has obliterated it, but it's not too obvious as a layman going along. Perhaps if you've got a map of the area you can see more of it, perhaps.
Yeah.
But it's a lovely little part of the nature reserve.
Absolutely.
And sorry.
Absolutely. You can hear it buzzing with life.
Yeah, definitely hear the buzzing and all the different flowers and the grasses and the wild. It's so nice, and I'm, as you know, at the moment I'm sort of very keyed into wild flowers and wild grasses and old pasture land of how England used to look.
Natural heritage.
Yes, the natural heritage, and not this monoculture that we seem to have inadvertently allowed to become everywhere. Anyway, I think we'll stop here. We'll look across at the landscape ahead, and although there is the houses there, Julia, it is encouraging that they didn't build widely here.
No.
And that on the other side of the valley you've still got the downs.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't see any of this from where we first started, could you?
No, and from Woodingdean it's completely hidden, and actually from Brighton it's very hidden.
Yeah.
So they've done a good job, really, of keeping it in the valley, and it doesn't overly ruin the landscape, which is great. And you've got a terrific view of the sea as well.
Yes, yes you have.
So there we are. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up or a like, depending on which platform you're watching it. But otherwise, don't forget to follow and become a patron and leave a comment. It'd be interesting to hear from you. Till next time, bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Say goodbye, Joseph. Bye-bye.
Bye.